Response video to a video by conference report. Yuck. God bothering, essentially. So yeah, I'll play some of it. I'm halfway through or so. But he titled it "Imaginable Gods and Science," and the implication is the old gods were just too stupid, and no, the real God is something more interesting. So yeah, now science is telling us there's really interesting stuff in the universe. Blah 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 blah. And I don't think that's the truth. I really don't think that's the truth. Okay, I don't think that has anything to do with science, actually. It has to do with what a bunch of people are projecting onto science, but it's not real. It's hard science. It's the same kind of science that invented religions, right? I mean, you took two circumstances, let's say thunder and lightning, and then you made a whole story about where thunder and lightning came from, or why they're interrelated, why the lightning is always associated with the thunder. And you just make this shit up, right? And that's what the primitives did, and that's what you're saying scientists should do now. And I'm just saying they're just going to make up more crap that somehow aggrandizes human existence. And the truth is, we are just a fucking byproduct. So keep playing your game like there's something else going on, but there isn't. I'm going to argue that it gets simpler, right? When we finally reveal the truth, if we have time to do that before we blow each other up, if we ever do reveal the truth of the universe, you're going to find dominoes. That's all. You're going to find something dirt simple at its core. It's a simple mechanical process, and it's just a lot of it. A whole lot of it. And we can see it already in the elemental table. You just look at the table of elements. You look at the simple arrangements. You look at the simple mechanics of their, how you put them. They can shape a few different ways, but there's all these limitations on what they are and how they function, and they're rigid. And that rigidity is evidence of simplicity. And it's in there. It's built into the system. It's not a nuanced system. The smaller you get, the cruder it's going to get. The more obvious it's going to be what this is. And it's just waves and dominoes.
I think there is a sense in which it's not just, this doesn't just apply to gods. Because I've had conversations with people, again on YouTube but offline as well, who seem to find it very difficult imagining or believing in some findings of science, because up until relatively recently.
Well, you see findings of science, and this is just what, like the two-slit experiment. This is a finding. So when somebody says the photon is in two places at once, that's a finding of science. It's a written conclusion. We know this one for a fact. The photon's in two places at once, and it knows that we're watching it. Is that really the rational conclusion to draw? Or is that the phantasmagorical, lazy, silly, human-aggrandizing, mystery-invoking explanation? Yeah, I think the truth is going to be something entirely different than the imagined conclusions based on the fake, presumptive evidence. Because it is presumptive evidence. It's not real evidence. I mean, their instruments and their methods aren't precise enough to draw the conclusions they're drawing.
Whatever it was that stood in for science, early science, portrayed the picture in a relatively unimaginative way, the picture of the world that we live in relatively unimaginative ways. But the more that science has developed, the more kind of imagination you have to exercise in order to be able to even start to wrap your head around the kind of world that's being described by that science.
Well, again, these first descriptions, like the standard model and all the rest of it, these are first tries, okay? It's still looking at what is fog for information. We're still only seeing little pieces of the truth. We're seeing them after we've, lens upon lens upon lens, and what we're seeing is an awful lot of artifacts in our own lensing problems of trying to see something with not perfect lenses. So it's almost like the first images of the galaxies and the nebulas and all the rest of that stuff weren't too good. We didn't know what the hell. It's just blob or gook or muck Okay, until we got better instruments, and then we realized, oh, it's just more of the same old gas.
You know, things like black holes and quarks and multiverses and
Yeah, but you can't put all these things in the same category. So say black holes and quarks and photons that can read our minds and strings on bings on lollipops and rainbows, and you just start going all kinds of places, and it's not all the same shit. Some of the shit has some foundation, and some of the shit is just shit on top of shit.
quantum inseparability and all that kind of stuff, which seems to be, fine, superstrings, which seems to be, the bread and butter of modern science.
Bread and butter. So again, where is this bread and butter? No, the modern science still is doing the same science it was doing before. It's trial and error science. It's mechanical in most of what its function is. All right, and it goes everywhere it goes. It goes in a little step at a time, a little change at a time, a little change in process at a time. Many of the discoveries are still happy accidents. That's sort of the nature of the game.
They're really hard ideas, and you have to kind of, as I say, you have to kind of really exercise your imagination muscles, don't you, to get to grips with some of that stuff. And some people I know.
Yeah, well, whatever. Like I said, the grips we have to get to aren't that complicated. We know there's certain forces that tie atoms together. We've already got the M equals M equals what? No, E equals MC squared. We've gotten things that tell us that okay, we get it. All right, there's a bunch of this stuff that goes the speed of light that's caught up in these atom things, and we can expand it into the biggest points of the universe, and we realize that the more of this stuff that's collected in a mass, the denser it gets, that it can even hold photons. It can even keep them from escaping. I mean, but the basic function is not that mysterious. I mean, the forces are still crude. They're not nuanced forces. They're not saying, hello, I'm here. They're not doing a dance or something.
Don't. Some people just refuse to go there, refuse to accept the findings of modern science.
Yeah, the findings again. So what finding is there? Where is the photon from the multiverse? Where is it? Where's the interdimensional space traveler? Where is one of those? I don't know. Whatever.
And I suspect it is to do with that. I suspect it is to do with a desire for a more easily encompassed version of what the world is.
Yeah, and I could be just as patronizing. Look, they just keep clinging to hope, like there's some other explanation, and we're just a replicating molecule, 4 billion years of evolution trying to figure out how to steal energy and feel good about it. Steal energy and feel good about it. Yeah, that's all we're doing. Rationalizations to justify our theft of energy from things not that much different than ourselves. And let's rationalize that. That'll be our project. Let's spend 4 billion years to come up with a rationalization to justify basically just torturing each other for no good reason, to say I win so we can die. Yeah, oh, brilliant. Great idea. So I can be addicted to something stupid, jerk off on it, and say I win. Yeah, so let's come up with a brilliant rationalist. Yes, it's all worth it. Polio, plague, syphilis, doesn't matter. All of it. It's all worth it. It's all worth the grand parade of wank wank. No. Fail.
The world is like, one that's more easily grasped by a more down-to-earth imagination.
As opposed to a wishful, hopeful, phantasmagorical rationalizer and excuser and justifier and Holocaust maker.
So in the past, these folk would probably have been happy with a nice, simple definition of God, and now they want a nice, simple definition.
Yeah, so these people apparently aren't happy with the old dumb God that just beat up on homos and stuff. And so instead they want some really good God that can do a good song and dance. A good traditional song and dance for the life. Let's have a good parade, God. Give us a good parade, God. Yes, we'll have a multiverse parade and a string theory parade and a photon magically disappearing and hopping about parade. Do. It's all about the happy rabbit photons. Yes, the photons are really rabbits. No, they're not.
Of reality, and any God that should be worthy of the name should be at least demanding of the imagination. And the same seems to be true of modern science, doesn't it? Modern science demands an imaginative engagement.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, no, modern science demands it because, modern scientists are basically going, holy shit, it's all shit everywhere, so let's make up some bullshit to make this sound like it's not just shit. Because, evolution is sure shit. The fact that the whole universe is going to freeze eventually, well, that's just kind of a shitty story. Let's come up with something. Let's come up with something, to give people reasons for a parade. Let's come up with some kind of crap. It's not that cold in the multiverse, the multiverse, the multiverse. Yeah, we can sing to that, multiverse. It works in a song.
In fact, it might demand an engagement which exceeds our ability to supply that engagement.
Yeah, right. Exceeds. Wow, the universe is so wacky, we can't even imagine how wacky-de-packy it is. It's gone all wacky. It's Super Double Parade. Sorry. No, it's just dumb asphalt and silly shoes.
It's beyond me.
Whatever, pretend you didn't make a video. No, I don't know, well, whatever, I didn't say anything. I didn't make any declarative statements at all. I didn't profess a belief system and impugn the intelligence of a whole class of people. I didn't do any of that. Jesus Christ. Whatever. God darn it. I named Santino after Santino.